Hello, everyone. I just wanted to take some time out and be transparent um and speak on my situation that I've been in for the past few months. The ups and downs I have been through as far as my mental state. Like for me, being financially unstable is one thing, right? I done been there, I done that. I done conquered getting out of that, right? But being mentally unstable is like a total different ball game. And yeah, being financially unstable had a big issue with messing with my mental because I have 3 kids. So not being able to do for them financially, it's just like it eats me up because I worked so hard all these years to never be in that position again. Like this not my first time being in that position. But I feel like all these years, man, I went so hard, made sure I had a few sources of income coming in to where my kids will never see like the struggle again, right? So I made the decision, and I didn't do it on my own. I'm gonna say I haven't been doing it on my own the past, let's see, I was with their dad for 18 years. We had our ups and downs. We separated before. It is just like, but most of the time I was with their dad, right? So I didn't do it on my own. But I still always went hard to make sure that they didn't go without like the position we in now. And I can smile now, but woo, last week I probably couldn't even smile at all. But anyway, the position that we're in now, I'm just like, I'm realizing that it's God. Like, I had let the devil have my mental state for a long time. Like, I let the devil use me in ways that I didn't even see was devilish ways. Okay, I've always been a strong believer in God. I and there was a moment I questioned God, but I don't think I ever just stopped believing. You know what I'm saying? There was moments that I would get up and go to church every day to not only just say I went to church, but just to get up and hear the word, but I would still go back to living like those devilish ways. And then at that time, it's just like, well, we all sin. God will forgive me. You know what I'm saying? But it took God to take away a lot for me to realize that I let the devil have control of my mental state where it affected me, right? So in this position now, one source of income that doesn't do much but it's doing something, so I'm grateful and I'm trying not to sound ungrateful. But it's just like the things that I have been through within a 2 month, I would say the last 2 months has been the biggest struggle. But since what we in October now, I would say it all started in June, where God was starting to like pick away little things. Like he was trying to get my attention and I wasn't listening. So he was taking away little things, and he was trying to get my attention, but I'm steady trying to do stuff my way. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, it was like, okay, you think you in control, I'm gonna show you who in control. That's how I'm looking at it now. Like being in this house for the past 2 months, not being able to go to work or move around how I used to. That's where I'm at now, to where I'm realizing like God needed my full attention and he got it. But and I'm saying it's still been in a situation of income not back how it was, but I know it will be back and better. So, but anyways, I hate to get off track. I suck at verbally expressing myself. I'm more of a texter or writer when it comes to expressing myself. But yeah, God started taking little by little, and then he finally just about took it all. And I got to a point to where I attempted suicide a few times. The first attempt, my plan was to just drive my car into water, in all honesty, and go out like that. The crazy thing is, I went to this lake during the day, and I sat for hours, and I was trying to figure out like how I was gonna do it. In one attempt, I was gonna just, walk out in the water and just let my body flow, right? And it's like people just kept coming, and people would be working out, but it's like God was making people just stop in that moment, in that area where I was, and I'm like, dang, they need to move around. So I went back to my car, and I sat in my car for hours, and as I sat in my car, it happened twice. Police officer pulled up, because I kept giving myself a time, not really wanting to do it, but wanting to do it. I kept giving myself a time, like, I'm going to do it at this time. And then when the time came, y'all, I kid you not, police officer came and he sat directly. I have video. I have video from the second time that he came. But the first time he came, he sat directly behind my car. And I'm like, that's kind of odd. It must be something going on in the area. And then he drove off. And then when he drove off, I got out of my car again to walk and to attempt again to just like walk myself into the ocean, into the lake. Yeah, it's a lake. Walk myself into the lake or whatever and just let my body go with the water. And once again, it just happened to be people around, just coming around and stopping in the moment, like God telling them, I need you right here, right now. So don't go nowhere until she get back to where I need her to be, basically, right? So I go back to my car again, and I said again, y'all, I'm telling y'all, I was at this lake for practically, I went to work that day, got off work, and I was like, I'm tired. I'm going to this lake, and I'm ending it now. So that's how I ended up at the lake. But I said I wouldn't go cry. But so then again, I sat back in my car, and I gave myself another time. I'm like, I'm just gonna do it at this time. I'm gonna go with it. And that same officer came, y'all, I kid you not, and parked behind my car. And I was just like, my daughter called. My daughter called me. She was like, Mama, where you at? And I told her I was on my way home because their dad was picking him up and taking him to school. So when she got home and realized that I had made it home yet, she was just like, Mama, where are you? And that's what made me just go ahead and just go home, right? And sit in what I was dealing with that was taking me mentally, right? But so that was one attempt. And then it's just like I say, not being financially able is one thing. So fast forward, I tried to keep pushing. By that time, the job I was working, I had put in my 2-week notice for that job because I had got a better job offer. I'm excited. Like, I found out about this job a month before I put my 2 weeks in. So I'm excited. Like, I'm about to be making more money. It's about to be a change. I'm about to have some benefits, something I've been wanting after being self-employed for so long. Cleaning houses, you don't have the benefits to take care of yourself. Make sure you're good health-wise. But anyway, so I was excited about that job. So I quit my other job. My last day there was August 13th. And I was supposed to start at my new job August 18th. Between August 13th, August 18th. Um, my car got repossessed. So my car got repossessed, but I'm like, it's on the bus line. There's other options. I can make this work, right? So my attempt to catch the bus, that was my first thing. And me and my kid's dad, we were on decent terms. We weren't in the same household, but we was on decent terms where I felt like he was willing to help. But for me, I don't like feeling like a burden on people. But so I had asked him the day before, and I'm not trying to play the blame game. Could he take me? He was like, no, just take an Uber. Because I think that same day the kids started school, or that was like that second week of school. That was a Monday. Yeah, that was that second week of school, and that was a Monday. So he was just trying to make sure he got them to school. But I made suggestions, just get me there early. I don't mind being extra early. I just want to make sure I'm there. But that was that, and his suggestion was to take a Uber. Me personally, I have a fear of Uber. I see so many stories, and I be keeping up with so many stories, and maybe I probably should stop because it gives me anxiety to where women are attacked. You know what I'm saying? Taking these lifts and Ubers. But so that Monday, I got up, went to my intentions. I got up at 5. I had to be there at 8:30. I got up at 4:30 to catch the earliest bus, which was like a 5:30 something bus. And when I got up there, when I was walking, the bus passed me, right? So I'm like, shit, the last thing I want to do is be late. Anybody know me? I am an on time, before time person when it comes to anything. I always have been like that. And that's why me and my kids dad used to bump heads when we were in a relationship, because he will be late for anything. We were totally opposite when it came to stuff like that. But so I got up, attempted to take the bus. That didn't work out. So I had like 50 some dollars in my account at the time. So I was like, forget it, I'm gonna order a Lyft. Attempted the first one. The first lady, she held my ride for about 20 minutes. So I was like, dang, I'm looking at my phone and I'm like, it keeps saying she 8 minutes away, but she ain't making no movement. And when you order a Lyft, if you order that Lyft, it's processing their payment. So I didn't want to cancel. So she finally canceled it, but she didn't charge me. So I ordered another one. And I ordered another one. The same exact thing happened. They holding my ride, but they're not moving, like they're in that one spot. So I'm finally texting. I'm like, hey, are you en route? Da, 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 da. And she was like, yeah, I'm en route. And then that's when I texted, that's when she started moving, but it was like slow movement. I'm like, it shows she up here. It don't take that long to get here. I know where you at. So finally it says your ride share is outside. I go outside, nobody's around, bro. Nobody's around. And then I seen that she charged the ride, like she picked me up and dropped me off. So that was that. I was out of the money. The Uber was like 30 some dollars. So I probably had like 20, that was like 50. It was almost $40. So I probably had like $13 left on my card. I couldn't order another Uber. And after that, I called my kid's dad. I was like, hey, by that time it was like 6:30. I'm like, I still got time. I'm like, hey, can you please at least take me to the train station? Because the train will run directly to the hospital I was supposed to be working at. So I was like, can you at least take me to the train station? I still got time. I'm going to make it. He like, take an Uber. I'm like, I don't have the money. I tried to take an Uber. So he sent me his card information to get another Uber. And I'm sitting up here trying to tell him, like, no, I don't want to get another Uber. And he's like, just take an Uber. And I hung up on him. And by that time, I was so frustrated. I was just like, fuck it. I walked home. I walked back to the house because I was standing out on the road trying to see if another bus was going to come. I was all over the place trying to get to this job, first day orientation. I walked back home, came back in, boohoo crying, all on the floor, losing my shit, throwing stuff. Went in the kitchen, grabbed knives, and was like, I'm just about to end it, bro. Once again, I didn't have the balls to do nothing with no damn knife. I tried strangling myself. I can only tolerate so much. I tried suffocating myself. I can only tolerate so much. I tried drowning myself. I can only tolerate so much. So I just kept coming up back up for air. So it's just like that was that situation. It took me so long to let that go and to realize that that was just a job I missed out on. Or that was just something God didn't want me to have. I don't know what it was. I try to keep the mindset that everything happens for a reason and I'm not in control. God is in control. So I finally kind of picked myself back up from that. And like I say, me and my kids' dad, we were not on the best of terms. We didn't consider ourselves together, but we were still doing us, right? So, let's see. Uh, Without a car, it was kind of hard trying to find jobs on the bus route. And but I would get certain job opportunities. I got one as a concierge, and I was broke as hell at the time. Didn't have no money. Had done put all my money, the little money that I was making, into whatever bill I could, and I needed business attire, like professional business attire. You just can't go in there with you think professional or your everyday or your Sunday's best church outfit. Like they wanted all black business attire, right? I didn't have nothing like that. So me reaching out for help, asking, hey, I need to get this so I can start this job or whatever. That didn't come through. Once again, I'm not putting blame on anybody but myself, or either I look at it as God's doing, right? So then 2 weeks later, maybe, I got another job offer. Between those 2 weeks, Mother Nature never showed up. And I'm like, I know damn well I ain't pregnant. My tubes tied. Baby, I ordered a pregnancy test through Walmart. Got it the next day, took that pregnancy test. That thing said I was pregnant. I called my kids dad immediately and was like, hey, we done made another damn baby. And him being him, he don't get bothered by stuff like that. He just look at it as like, we about to have another baby. And that's it, right? He has no type of emotional, he don't know how to be emotionally supportive at all. But I was losing my shit. Like, what the hell, God? I can't afford to take care of the ones I got. Excuse the tree cutting in the background. I hope y'all can still hear me. But so I had got a job offer to start at a Kohl's. I made it to that orientation. And then the next day, I was supposed to start my training. So I made it to that orientation. I'm excited. It's a weekly pay. Hell yeah, weekly pay. I can catch up on my bills. Da 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 da. I can they offering overtime. I'm putting in this overtime. I'm finna catch up. I'm finna get back on my shit. Excited. Child. That night of that orientation, that following morning at 3 o'clock in the morning, I woke up in pain. I'm talking about excruciating type labor pain. So I'm like, is it gas? I go sit on the toilet for like 20 minutes. My kids knocked out sleep. I'm in pain. I'm screaming, hollering. I'm banging on walls trying to get one of them to wake up. I had my phone in my hand. I'm calling their phones. Nobody's waking up. I'm calling my kids their phone. He not answering his phone. So I finally called the paramedics. I'm like, I need help. My kids are in this house. I can barely move. And they like, if you can just get to the door and open the door. I made it to the door, opened the door. I'm crunched over in pain. It took them probably like 10 minutes to come. So I'm trying to wake up my oldest son, and he is not good with emergency at all. I'm like, Des, I just need you. I'm about to go to the hospital, lock up the door. Y'all make sure y'all get to school. When y'all daddy get here, y'all be ready. Just to let them know what's going on so they won't be in shock that I'm not here when they wake up. Make it to the hospital. It's ectopic pregnancy. I had to have surgery. I had my tubes removed. They had me scared and told me that they was gonna have to remove one of my ovaries because one of my ovaries looked a little off. But they say once they got in there, everything was fine, so they didn't have to remove the ovary. And but both of my tubes got removed, so they held me back. And not to mention, I was cleaning, not cleaning a lot, but I had a client that didn't mind paying for my Uber for me to get there to clean. Like, that's how much love she had for me. That's how much she appreciated just my help around her house, right? The best person on earth that ever entered one of the best people that ever entered my life. When I say she like my therapist, my go-to, that did things for me financially that I would expect from other people that I have helped, but that's a whole nother story for a whole nother day and stuff I really don't want to talk about because, like I say, I don't like to play the blame game. But anyways, so I feel like that was money coming in that I lost that on because I wasn't able to do physically no more. After that surgery, they held me back 2 weeks of money that I could have made. That could have been like $800 towards some bills, you know. So once again, I'm back down and I'm like having mental breakdowns, reaching out to people for help. A few people that could help, they stepped up and helped as much as they could, but them pills that they gave me for pain, I attempted again suicide one day where I was just like, when I was laying in this bed in pain, and I'm like, I'm not worth. I just felt like I wasn't worthy of nothing. Like I felt like I had no purpose no more, man. So I took and gave me tramadol and they gave me ibuprofen. I probably had like 12 ibuprofens and probably like 10 tramadols. I took all of them hoping that I would not wake back up. But it was weird because I kept waking up every hour that night. And I'm like, God, please. I'm begging, like, please just take me down. And I kept waking up. And then next morning, at that time, our phones were off. Like, my kids are on my phone playing, so our phones were off. The next morning, my dad came by, and I just felt so weak. I guess my body felt weak from all the medicine I had, and I was vomiting and throwing up all day. Could barely move. I was just trying to pull myself together, put on the shoulder like I was okay, but I really wasn't. That's why I say, man, financial burdens is one thing, but being mentally unstable, man, if you don't have no support, all I can say is, man, go to God, y'all. And when I say go, if you gotta go to God every second, every minute, every hour, when you feeling that low and you feel like you don't have nobody who's gonna understand and not judge you, just go to God. That's all I can say because, man, I attempted and he's telling me, girl, I got you here for a reason. So I'm still trying to stay strong. Today is a day that, and I try to keep myself busy and be productive because I'm far from a lazy person. Like, I've been cleaning houses for 11 years. August marked my 11th year of cleaning houses where I was self-employed. Even while working a job if needed to, I would still clean houses after I got off work because I would get off work like early in my other job. Like, my hustle never stops. So it's just like I'm not a lazy person. I'm on Indeed every day, whatever apps I can get on to look for a job, I'm on them looking for a job. So it's just like I'm steady asking God still right now to this day as I'm making this video, like, what do you have for me? What's next? Like, what do you want me to be doing in this moment? I'm tired of being in this house. Being in this house every day, it drains my mental. The kids go to school and it just be like, what am I doing? I feel so worthless. But God obviously got a different plan for me. And me going out in the suicidal way is not it. So I hope that last attempt was my last attempt. And I can say that, but man, the devil will get control of your mind in ways, man. And all I can say, y'all, is pray. Is pray. And if you have somebody that's going to support you and not judge you and not look at your situation as gossip, because I feel like it's so many people in my life that look at it as a aha moment. She thought she was, because a lot of people like, I guess I thought I was better then. I never put out that persona. I just put out myself as being a confident woman, right? But it's just like, if they felt that way, I apologize that you felt that way. Maybe that's something you have to work on with yourself and your insecurities, because I'm still as confident, even as in the lowest moments of my life. I know I'm somebody and God made me to be somebody. So, and He made that clear statement within these last few months that, like, girl, you got a purpose and it's bigger than what you think. And I know He gonna show me and a time will come. But I just wanted to share what I've been dealing with these past few months, and anybody that's going through what I'm going through, baby, keep going. Cause I don't know where it's gonna come from. I know where it's gonna come from. I don't know when. I don't know what it's gonna be. But we gotta keep going. And I wanna start like a support group or something, man, for people who are mentally unstable and don't have nobody to go to, because it's needed. It is needed. And you see people every day. Like, when I get on the internet, people commit suicide because they was tired. And I've attempted a few times, and God keeps saving me. So hopefully that was, I'm gonna say that was my last attempt. I ain't gonna say hopefully, but I love everybody. I wish everybody well. And I love you, and God love you too.